There he is.
Hello, young man. How are you?
Whoa, why is... Speak?
Hello.
Keep,
What's
keep
wrong?
talking. Talk.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm talking. I'm talking. What's going on?
Ah, there you go,
What's
there you
the
go. Just shitty ass fucking headphones.
okay? Well, how is landscaping?
Bruh. Fucking chain gang. Nah,
Yeah,
it's
I
pretty
mean,
chill. It's pretty chill. Uh, like, they gave me 40 hours of community service. Uh, I'm doing it once a week, every Wednesday. It's supposed to be
cool.
eight. It's supposed to be 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. But like, you get there 8. You don't leave till 9. The one that they do on Wednesday is like a bowls club, like for old people,
Yeah.
the bowls club.
Hmm.
We go there and we sweep and rake leaves for like an hour and a half, and then we chill till like 1. Get back to the corrections base at like 1:30, and then they'll put us down till 3 or 4. So I know that group, and the guy that we're working with, he's like real chill, but other people have to like fucking. I know other groups have to do like serious work. So
And do
I'm
you think?
lucky, but the only thing that fucking was unlucky was that fucking sandwich. Like that
Mm,
was pound for pound the
yes.
worst sandwich I've ever tasted in my entire life. Like who the
Mm,
fuck goes, let me make a sandwich and then grabs out a can of beans, and not even the can of beans, but they drained it because it comes in sauce, right? Some
yes.
tomato sauce, but they like I don't know, they drained it or they fucking rinsed it and then they put it
Yeah. I mean,
on
I
on
wouldn't
the
have eaten it.
sandwich. I took one bite. They put it on the sandwich because I was figuring out. I was like, "Where's the sauce?" I took one bite. Oh my god, it was so dry. It tasted like it had been made days ago, and I was like, "Fuck, they must use this as a fucking deterrent." Like if you want to
Yeah.
fucking come and misbehave, you'll eat
Do
asshole
you think your life?
sandwiches.
And do you think your life of crime is behind you now, or?
I am not a criminal. I kind of regret putting that up because like people think
The,
that fucking Um, no, I got caught driving whilst my license was medically suspended. The punishment was a 6-month suspension of driving of my actual, or 6-month suspension of my license. But because I got a new car and I didn't want to wait the whole 6 months, my lawyer got me resentenced. My lawyer got me resentenced so that they ended the suspension and gave me community service instead, so I can drive and I can do work and all that type of stuff. And
And
then yeah,
what's your message to the boys and girls about doing this? Don't commit don't commit crime.
no, don't fucking come from Africa to New Zealand and discover McDonald's and become obese and fucking develop sleep apnea. No, I'd probably take that part out.
I was going to say that's a fair guessing. I don't know how many people I don't know how many people can
Bruh,
really relate to
I
that.
was I was so skinny as a child. Like me and my other brother Samuel. I was like I was a skinny child. And then we moved over here when I was 7. And then, you discover like fucking hot dogs and McDonald's and fucking. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well, I mean, stereotypically, you don't imagine there to be lots of like fat people in Africa.
Mate, my parents used to fucking make me. When 2020, I don't know if you guys had that sort of
I
documentary
remember,
show. Like, that would pop up and there'll be some fucking. Either that or My 600 Pound Life comes on TV.
oh, we had like Super Size Me or whatever the
Oh
fuck
yeah,
that was.
none of them superstars me, but like those shows where someone's in a fucking bed and they can't
Oh yeah, yeah,
fucking.
yeah. 28 stone and shit like that. Yeah, yeah.
It's like Monday to Friday. it's like they're just
David,
in
it
the,
looks
in
like
the
it reminds
fucking
me of
bed, and
you lying
like
there like that reminds me of the time we made love.
I don't know, and they're
Wow.
like like fucking blending smoothies. I saw one, and like the guy was helping funnel a fucking ice cream and Snickers into his
Yeah.
partner's mouth, like in an actual funnel from a blender. She put the funnel in her mouth. But my
Yeah.
parents would be like, if I was in my room, they'd be like, David, come on, watch this. and then they'll think that would be like a deterrent for me to.
They were
not
literally
eat
showing
as
you
much.
that to be like you're becoming like a fat
Yes,
pig.
like they'll come, make me if I'm not in the lounge, come in the lounge and watch this show and be like, if you keep on eating, you're gonna be like these people. But for me, I thought they were.
That'll give you a complex.
No,
It didn't fucking stop you, but
no, for me, I thought they were fucking living the dream. They wake up, it's fucking it's fast food all day, every day.
Yeah.
They're just chilling. They're just fucking. Yeah, I thought they were fucking living the dream. But yeah.
Well, you look. I'd say I haven't seen you for a little bit. You're looking a little bit slimmer. Your skin's looking very clear.
I appreciate it. The sleep apnea thing was just such bullshit. Like, I never have like any issue driving or anything. It was just politics. Like, I did a sleep study.
It's funny. No,
I did a sleep study and it was over a certain threshold, so they had to send it to the transport agency, and they gave me this machine to use for a certain number of hours. And then I hadn't used the machine, so I got caught. I mean, now I'm eating baked bean sandwiches, but it's all good.
I think I've got sleep apnea now as well. I need to go do a sleep study, but this is very.
Why do you think you have it?
The dentist told me they did an X-ray of my head, and he was like, "Your throat is like crushed in the middle, and it's like 41 millimeters aside or something like that." And it's like, I don't know. I didn't ask. So he just said, if you have, he was just like, yeah, usually people who have this have like a life expectancy of 5 years, and I was like, pause right there. What was that?
No, actually, you're right. It's not just big people that get it. I have seen, normal sized people that, have had to use the machines. And
because he was like, you need a machine. I was like, I thought only fat people use that.
Machine. Come again, cunt?
I said, I thought only fat people used that. And then my dentist went, I use one of those. And I was like, oh,
are you calling me fat, you fuck?
Do you use your machine? Apparently not. You get pulled over and fucking nicked for not using it.
Hey, the situation is resolved, okay?
Okay.
Nah, I ain't a bit chunky.
In the garden.
I'm a bit chunky, but I'm in camp.
Did I call you fat? Your parents used to drag you out of your room and be like, look at this. Is this where you want to be?
Give me your best. No. Hold on. Wait. Give me your best Nigerian accent.
I don't know. Will I
you're my parents.
Go. Is it racism?
It's not racism. You're my parents, and you're my parents, and you're yelling, trying to get me out of my room to come and watch my 600-pound life because I'm a fat cunt. I'm a fat 8-year-old. I'm a chunky 8-9-year-old.
If you continue to eat the McDonald's, you will turn into the water buffalo.
Fucking buffalo?
I don't know why. I was going to... Well, there you go.
That was actually not too bad.
Thank you.
How many Nigerian friends do you have? Because there's a lot in the UK.
Well, I don't want to start listing people's names in case they text me and they're like,
nah, I mean, do you have any... Do you have a few Nigerian friends?
There was one black kid at my school who was Nigerian, and his name was Aziz Omatosho.
Aziz.
Yeah, everyone called him Disease, so that wasn't very nice.
Wow.
But
I fucking hate school, man.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to him in quite some time. But he was all right, and I knew. Yeah, I'd say you're my closest Nigerian friend.
What? Sounds like I'm your fucking only Nigerian friend.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Oh, right. Man.
Your brother's fighting at last. They've announced it. Looked like for a second it was going to get away from us.
I mean, they were playing... What can I say? I mean, they had limited options. It's Sydney... Volk just had surgery, your biggest Australian star. Mm-hmm. Rob, another popular Australian fighter. He's not turning around that fast after that knockout. Mm-hmm. If Izzy doesn't fight and you don't give him Strickland, who else is there? But I heard one of the concerns was because they just did that deal with the New South Wales government. They were worried about how liberal the Australian people are, and you know what I mean. But it's like it's fucking Australia.
Oh, they actually thought if Strickland came down, he would offend people.
He would embarrass the UFC or something. I think it was a mixture of that. Wait, can I even say that on you?
Yeah, but even I was about to say, even your brother's not kept his feet completely clean in his entire time. He said some things down there as well.
No, but he's not said. I mean, you listen to Strickland's interviews, and I mean,
Yeah,
it's
everyone's
not
gay.
Izzy's not like Strickland when it comes to
No.
just no filter, whatever the fuck, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then
How? Go on. Yeah. Go on.
I think it was a mixture of that, and then a mixture of they thought maybe Strickland was too easy of a fight. And also a mixture of apparently Strickland didn't even have a passport because he's only been to America and Puerto Rico, and they wanted to get him a visa. I know they get very strict in Australia and New Zealand if you have some criminal, depending on the charges, but like you can't do certain things and have certain convictions and then come in. But
what's funny is I don't think anyone actually knows for sure he has those. Everyone just assumes he has a criminal record.
I don't know. I'm just listing the layers of things that went on in this. What else was it? What was I saying? Yeah, but I mean, they just did that. They just did. They just did that deal with the New South Wales government. So if anything did pop up in the visa process, I'm sure the UFC would have gone to the government and been like, we've just done this deal. We need this guy to come in, main event. Yeah, and then some other things happened that I can't say. Let's just say the UFC was doing UFC things. And then but now it's done. I mean, I guess we always knew this was a possibility because of the fast turnaround time. And I mean, Dricus didn't even throw that many kicks. And had a short ass fight and fucking didn't want the title shot. But
I mean, if the thing is his foot's broken, right? That's meant to be the thing.
Is that wait? So the official thing was his foot is broken.
I don't know if that was the official thing or if I just heard that, but I think he had a foot injury. And I can imagine if you're going to try and fight a guy who moves like Israel, having one foot would be a little bit frustrating. I think everyone has the same sort of opinion that the fight might be what the fight is, but everyone's like, oh, the press conference is going to be hilarious. So I'm curious if, obviously he's going to say that Israel's Chinese and stuff like that. Who knows? He might even say the word back, like unlike Dricus. But I wonder if, does that concern Israel? Does that concern any of the team? Or is it just like this and he can say what he wants?
Well, concern about what?
Just his general trash talk. And
I mean, last time they were on the same press conference together and there was a bunch of trash talk, Strickland got knocked the fuck out. Like, I mean, what's he going to do? He'll have all the spotlight on him. It's his first title shot. He'll feel like, the man, rah. He's headlining. Everyone is going to be excited for, the press conference. Go Strickland, go fucking, talk some shit. Press conference will happen. Strickland will say some shit. Try and get a reaction out of Izzy. Their press conference will last about 30 minutes. That'll be the end of that. And then they have to fight. And fucking, you know how Izzy gets when you push his buttons. I mean, he's gonna have to eat every word he says and then go to sleep.
Well, it just reminds me when he said to Izzy, like, oh, a guy who beats off to cartoons will never beat me. Like, Izzy's so spiteful, he might actually pull out some cartoons and beat off in the octagon if he wins just to prove it. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, talking shit to Izzy doesn't usually work.
I mean, yeah, he'll talk a shit. He'll get us, his crowd cheers, like you know what I mean? And that's gonna be it.
Do you think Izzy will have the hometown?
Oh yeah, of course, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, he's it's Australia.
Yes. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like Strickland's like a kind of. I can imagine lots of Australians liking Sean. Like
there's too much support for Izzy and
excited?
Oceania. When he was fighting Rob, it was different because Rob was the the hometown boy. But I mean, not Strickland.
Are you excited for the fight or just the whole?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's come around quick.
Yeah, fucking dude, it's like in 3 weeks, is it? 4 weeks? Four,
4 weeks,
basically.
yeah, 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks.
I'm going to come to New Zealand after for a couple of days.
Ooh, nice,
Hmm.
nice. I like that.
Yep. And
But
then
yeah, I'm
are we going
excited.
to address? Are we going to address our friend Dan's new tattoo? I've got about 10 texts about it today.
Address it.
Yeah, it's just a lot of
What,
people
the
are
big chess
concerned.
piece?
Yeah, yeah. I just said, I was like, "How's the sternum?" And he was like, "Not fun."
Nah, he's fucking. He's go. I don't know. This just started this year,
I think so. Yeah. My friend just asked me, "When are you doing something with Israel's brother?"
yeah.
What did you think of Jake and Nate?
I thought Jake did well conditioning wise. He was a lot bigger, but there was one thing that what's it called? That Izzy did say, and it kind of went both ways. He says, Nate can take a lot of punishment. He said Nate can take a lot of punishment because he's been getting hit with 4-ounce gloves and shins and knees and so on. But Nate also has some TKOs of his own, and with smaller gloves, Nate will hit a lot harder. But with bigger gloves, Nate's punches aren't gonna have as much impact or damage, and you saw that in the fight because he was I know they like to have volume and it's not all about power, but some of the punches Nate was landing, apart from a few, like didn't even do
Yeah.
anything to Jake. But Jake looked good conditioning wise because 10 rounds, that's 40 minutes of fighting. 3-minute rounds, 1 minute rest. Yeah, I know in his training camp video they were all saying he looked the leanest and fittest they had seen him. Yeah, and it showed because
Yeah. In person, he looked shredded.
yeah, because the biggest worry there was Jake is going to go and try and put Nate away like in the first round, but
Mhm.
Nate will always survive, and Jake will use too much energy, and then Diaz will switch the tides because they have gas for days, and we've seen that with Nate 100 times.
Yeah. It was it was entertaining for sure. I thought that Jake looked cardio wise looked good. I thought that Nate getting the guillotine was like classic Diaz, where he just sort of like gets a win even though he loses. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
if they do it again in MMA, that'd be pretty interesting.
yeah. I feel like it didn't have a big fight feel up until maybe a few days before or after they had that
Press
scuffle.
conference.
The
Yeah,
scuffle,
that's
yeah,
the
because they
same for
needed
us.
the scuffle.
Yeah,
They needed the scuffle. But
yeah.
apparently, even
There was
so,
no buzz.
it was sold out. You couldn't buy a ticket. Have you heard any word about how the pay-per-view went? The buys?
No, no, I haven't. Not yet. But I
What do you
think
think? Social media-wise, because I guess that doesn't always translate.
I don't know. I just think Jake's in an interesting position where his audience is very young, so they're more likely to stream it. And then I think as well, like about 10 minutes after the fight ends, the Zone puts up a 10-minute highlight video of the fight. So if
Yeah.
you just wait, you just watch it on YouTube or you see it on social media. I find that boxing, boxing promotions seem to like struggle with like taking down footage more than the
They care.
UFC.
It's like they care less about
Yeah,
copyright. Because if you
it's
watch
really
our UFC pay-per-view video, you watch our boxing ones. I mean, we are on the UFC's whitelist when it comes to copyright, so they give us some leeway. But what they didn't like about what we were doing is we'd put our reaction video out the next day, and even though it wasn't like full fight clips
yeah.
and whatnot, we would still have like some in the corner and finishes and stuff like that. And then the international broadcast partners weren't happy about that, and because our videos were reaction videos do like a million views.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were chasing up management on our end about it. But with boxing, like, have not had one issue, and that's
Yeah,
kind
they
of
seem to care
dumb.
less.
Yeah, that's dumb for design to put a 10-minute highlight video out. How much
Right
was
away.
yeah? How much was the pay-per-view in the US?
50. I think it's 50 or $60.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's cheaper than usual. Like fucking Tank versus Ryan was like 80 to 100 or something.
Yeah, but that's a proper fight. Like, you know what I mean? That's that's like, you know what I mean? That's 60. I
Yeah.
mean,
I think it did well,
man.
mate. I'm sure it did over 300. Probably around 300.
But even still, even if there's a low number, because they get so much of the revenue because they're promoting it themselves, like, you know what I mean?
Well, also, but 300 today is probably like 500 4 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just changed a lot. So you can just
Yeah, I mean,
sell less.
what, 300 times, what, 50? It's still
Yeah, I'm
15,
not.
for
I'm not going
$15
to do the
million.
numbers, but yes, I'm sure they've done well. Yeah.
It's 15 mil, isn't it?
No,
Yeah,
I
it
was
has to
never.
be 300 times 50.
I was never any good at school.
Well, I used to be an accountant,
Maths.
so I should know this. Yeah, $15 million.
That's-
I mean,
Okay.
oh, $15 million. Jesus Christ. I know I saw some articles about how Nate made, I think, 15 million in the UFC or something, and that if the pay-per-view does well, he will, eclipse that. Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah,
300,000 for $50 a pop for the audience. I feel like not even the Jake Paul audience, a lot of adults and grown-ups would buy this fight as well, because it's a spectacle, and because of the
Yeah.
buzz and the marketing, and either they want to see Jake lose or the Nate Diaz fans, and it could have done as well as 500,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not trying to. I don't want to aim low and make it sound like I'm trying to shit on it. I just think you have to see. But it's the same with every time Jake fights. It's like it's almost different by itself. It's like I don't see any of the buzz, and then when it's the actual fight, it's everywhere. It's
Who
like
do
I
you
don't
think
really
he
get
fights
much.
next? Is it Nate? Nate in
I think
MMA?
they want
Or
to
is
do. I
it...
think they want to do Nate in MMA. Yeah.
What the fuck is the deal with this Logan Paul and Dillon Danis fight?
What do you mean? What's the deal with it? Allegedly, they're going to fight.
What's 77 kgs in pounds?
185, is it?
Nah, it'd be 170.
We don't know much, do we?
170? Yeah, it's 170.
Okay.
So
Logan
Dillon
seems very
Danis
quick
is
for
170. Jake Paul is a fucking big dude.
Yeah, how's Logan getting to 170?
I mean, not Jake Paul. Logan Paul is a big dude. I mean,
Yeah, I don't see how
I've
he's
seen him
getting
in person. I don't know what weight class they're fighting at, but Logan looks a good 210
Yeah,
pounds.
they must be fighting at like 185, right? Even now,
It doesn't even matter. Dillon's combat weight, I'm guessing when he's in shape and when he's competing, is 170 pounds.
Well, he's not that small either, actually, to be honest.
Who?
Dillon's a big guy as well. Dillon Dance is actually a big guy when you're next to him.
Not really, but not compared to Logan, though. Logan's huge.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm just saying,
we'll see how good that
if
fight
Dillon
is,
if Dillon takes the camp seriously, gets in shape, abs, everything, good conditioning, he's gonna be 175 pounds, puts on a bit of muscle. The height, the reach. I mean, Logan was ripped when he's, I guess because he has to compete in wrestling and whatnot. He has to keep his shape. He's not got much to lose to come down. He would have to lose muscle mass to bring his weight down. And he's a big dude. I don't know. It just doesn't even seem like a competitive fight off the bat. What's Dillon done in the last 5 years?
Yeah, I saw
Logan's been competing in
wrestling.
even just wrestling. That's still like athletic fucking. You know what I mean? And Logan does a lot of boxing training too.
What are you trying to make? You want me to try and tell you that I think why Dillon's going to win?
No, I'm just like, oh, it could have been such a much better opponent. It's such a fucking trash fucking.
Well, I saw that if Dillon pulls out, he has to pay 100 grand first of all, and then secondly, Hasim Rahman Jr. is going to step in. They've already got that backup lined up, which I think is a way like that's
Who's
a
that?
crazy.
Hasim who?
Rahman Jr.
Who's that? Who's that?
He was meant to fight Jake. He's a heavyweight boxer. Just fought Greg Hardy.
Oh wow, yeah, fuck,
Yeah.
they should have gone with that for option A, not Dillon.
That's a pretty tough night
Do
out.
you think do you think Dillon makes it to the fight?
I do. I think. Yeah, it has to, right?
But I mean, oh man, like it's just what weight class is it? Do you know?
I don't know.
Can
That's what
we
you
have
could do when you
a
find the weight.
quick look?
I can do.
Logan.
I think it's kind of crazy Dillon still gets these opportunities. I mean, I know that he spent all day today.
Oh my god. The fight is scheduled for 10 rounds in the cruiserweight division, which means the weight limit will be 200 pounds.
There you go. Sounds about right.
Bruh. I mean, so what, Logan's going to come in with 25-pound weight advantage?
Yeah.
If Dillon comes in anything heavier than 180 pounds, he's not in shape. He's just fat. Because Dillon's already old. His body's already matured. You can't do much with that. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, man. That's...
Dillon's been posting pictures of Logan Paul's fiance making out with other men all day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, I mean... Doesn't sound like training to me.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But yeah, I just so yeah, I mean, wow.
I might go. I don't know if I'm going to go to that or not. Yeah, I haven't decided.
It'll be a shit show. I think. Well, who's KSI fighting? Tommy Fury, isn't it? Yes. Now that's a matchup. That's something exciting. I hope Dillon fucking pulls out and the other guy steps in, and then we have something to, you know. I guess yeah, KSI versus Tommy Fury will be the big intrigue, and will carry the. I don't know, because Dillon and Logan, there has to be some entertaining factor to them.
Yeah, there'll be some chaos going on that week.
Yeah, but it's just, I'm not hyped for the main event.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it is what it is. It's not really boxing. It's like YouTube boxing. You know what I mean? It's like a different thing.
All right, let's wrap this up. I got a Zoom meeting that they're waiting for me on.
Okay. All right. Well, David, thank you. What is your prediction for Sean Strickland versus Adesanya?
No, did you answer my question? Does Dillon make it to the fight?
I said yeah. I said he has to, doesn't he? Like at this point,
He doesn't have to. I don't know. He seems like he makes money. Maybe his family has money, or he.
Like, yeah, but does he have 100 grand to waste?
How is he living right now, though? He's not done anything.
He's an enigma, mate. I don't know anything about.
You never know. I mean, you never know, because he would have made a bunch of money on the KSI fight, win or lose. And, you know what I mean? He would have made some money. Like, I mean,
I get it too. I don't understand Dillon's decisions.
Does he make it to the fight October? What, 6 weeks, 8 weeks? I hope no. And the other guy steps in, so we have, like, you know, yeah.
I think he will. I think he'll make it.
All right, thank you so much, buddy.
All right, pal.
We'll do this again soon. Yeah, I guess we have a bunch of fights and stuff coming up. So
we'll try and do it next week for Aljo versus O'Malley.
Yeah, hard, and just in general. All right. Okay, we get it. You're in camp.
Okay. All right. I'll chat to you later, bro.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.